consoles nowadays already have so many bells and whistles that it's kind of hard to predict, like, well, what can it do, you know?
Can you fuck it?
That's coming soon. I'm telling you, that's the next.
So am I, with any luck.
That's the next logical step.
Welcome to the Pixel Primos video game podcast, where we talk about all the latest things in gaming, from the PS5 Pro to Mai Shiranui dressing like a hoe. Hey, I'm Juan Solo.
Hello, everybody. I am Paco.
And I'm JJ.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, and it's great to be back. And as
really
I'm
is.
sure the true alphas,
Those guys,
our viewers,
those guys
are
out
also,
there.
Yep. We're glad to have you all back as well and tuning in to all our episodes, even when you all don't care about the topic.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. If you guys don't care, that's cool, as long as you watch.
Yeah. Give us them tasty views.
Yeah. My narcissism knows no bounds.
Watch me.
Anyway, well, speaking of the PS5 Pro,
Ooh.
this just got announced like a few hours ago. As of when we're recording.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, by the time this goes up
Yeah,
on YouTube,
Yeah,
we're gonna
the
look like
presentation.
total idiots. Because
We're like, man, you guys are late.
But yeah, we're recording this on Monday, September 9, and PlayStation on their blog just announced that tomorrow they're gonna do a technical presentation for the PS5 Pro. I mean, they're not outright calling it the PS5 Pro, but I mean, come on.
What else would it be?
I think
yeah.
I think it's fair to say that's what it is.
It's actually about Astrobot. That's all it's about. It's not even as PS5.
I would be 100% down for that.
Well,
I'd watch it too.
I just found out, as I was waiting for us to start the show, scrolling through Twitter, there's a fucking Astrobot controller. Like a limited edition Astrobot. Motherfucker.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I want it. It's got little eyes.
Yeah.
Funny enough, so Concord also had a limited edition controller.
Oh, God.
And I got a refund for that one too.
Well, funny enough, people are saying that might be one of the most like highly sought after controllers.
Yeah.
But
that's gonna be a collector's item.
The controller's actually cool.
Too bad the game wasn't. Too bad the game sucked.
Man,
like I would get the Concord controller, but not for like collection purposes. Like I would actually
it's cool.
use it.
It just looks cool. It's the coolest looking thing with Concord on it, because like that was one of the complaints. Like, full disclosure, I did not play Concord at all, so for all I know, it could have been like fucking amazing.
You didn't drop $40 to play it?
I don't even have PlayStation. I got Xbox. I'm just watching from afar.
My PlayStation app kept giving me notifications like, hey man, that Concord beta is free to play right now, you better jump on it. And I was like, the hell are you talking about? What the fuck is Concord?
You know, I always try to keep up with all the news, and I didn't hear nothing about Concord either. Like, nothing like that.
You're not alone.
Came across my feed at all. So that was weird to me too.
It got shown off at the State of Play, and no one. It was a 50-minute presentation, and Concord got like 10 minutes of that
presentation. Lasted more than the game.
So the
that's longer than the fucking game did.
Like, I can't stress enough that the promotion, like, Sony pushed that game hard in that presentation. They did the works. It had a full-blown cinematic, like, story trailer, gameplay trailer, and then interviews with the devs on the game to show off the mechanics and the gameplay. So that was really the one that they highlighted that presentation, and no one cared. And then at the very end, I'm not joking, this was the last game they showed at that conference. They showed off a 2-minute trailer for Astrobot. And that was the one that everybody started talking about.
Damn.
Like, Sony just completely missed the mark for that presentation.
Yeah, I remember I didn't watch that state of play. I don't remember what. I think I might have had something to do with the excellence, because I know sometimes they'll be like on random, like an evening one for whatever reason. I'm like,
Yeah, they'll do it like on a random Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was one of those where it's like, well, if I could, convince Sam to not just play Madden, we could probably like live stream our reactions to all this, but it's not something that Sam's into, which is fine. But it's like, well, I'm not gonna watch it neither now, because like I was just reading all the messages Juan sent me like after it was over, and I was like, oh, well, I'll watch the Astrobot trailer, but I don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah. I think it's just people are kind of bored or tired of these kinds of shooter games right now, and Astrobot's just something a little different, because those kinds of shooter markets are already cornered by Fortnite. Is PUBG still a thing?
I guess. I think it's still there.
But Warzone and Fortnite, I think, are the biggest ones. And Valorant is another one that's pretty popular. Valorant. Valorant's another one that's pretty popular. I've seen a little bit of gameplay of that, but I haven't even tried it. But it's already kind of, I guess, saturated, be the best word, or it's not offering anything different. It's not calling me to be like, you know what, this is what you want to play for whatever game mechanic or something that changes the game, so
yeah.
And then Astrobot just is kind of cool, kind of fun, something fun, something different than all this other shit that's going on.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you that like the market is just oversaturated. One thing I didn't know until today, I was watching Commander James Sterling, or Stephanie Sterling's video on it. And I didn't know that Concord was in development for 8 years.
Oh, shit. 8 fucking years?
And like, video games take a while to come out, but like 8 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Like, even by some development standards.
Not by GTA 6 standards.
But like, if the idea started 8 years ago, yeah, you could have put out a hero shooter or a class-based shooter, and people would have been like...
Timeline-wise, 8 years ago would have been the same year that Overwatch won Game of the Year.
Oh,
so that's probably where the inspiration came from. Yeah, but it took too long.
Overwatch is cool. Like,
not no more.
Not anymore.
Damn, I'm old. Like, I'm falling behind.
Bro, it's Overwatch 2 now, and it kind of blows. Like,
oh no! Don't tell me that. No, I like all the cinematics and all the movies from
those
Overwatch.
Cinematics.
I love those things.
Cool.
I was like, man,
that's a completely different team that handles all that.
Yeah,
I was about to say, man, they need to make a movie with this shit. Give me an animated Overwatch movie. I'm there.
I'm surprised that they're not going to get a secret level episode.
You know what?
That shocked me too. Yeah.
But Concord is.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe the secret level is what's going to bring Concord back. Watch. Secret level is going to be like, you know what? I want to play that.
So, I wouldn't say secret level is what brings it back, but it does seem like Sony isn't outright pulling an old Yeller and taking it out back.
Yeah.
And because the wording of their like press release very much lends it to it could come back, in some way, shape, or form. But this is where maybe someone like with game development experience, more knowledgeable, could comment on like.
No, that's still not me. You said the K word, and I'm like, oh no, I'm out.
No.
And it's because to me it looks like it's a hero shooter. I mean, you can't change that. That's already built into the game. The only thing I could see that they could do is they did have a roadmap for 3 seasons laid out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of is they could just take a look at that roadmap, prioritize some of the stuff, and then get cooking on that. And then likewise, see what modes and features you can create that won't completely break the game. And I guess the best example for this would ironically be Overwatch, that they have those seasonal events where like they did the soccer game where everyone's just playing as Lucio, or they would do like those like uh one versus everyone modes, or even sometimes where you just team up and you're just fighting AI. So like they could do like something like that, like that could maybe bring it back. I'm not saying it's gonna be a lifesaver, but it's definitely another shot, another opportunity. But one thing that for sure they need to do, and I think they're realizing this game has to be free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
that was
just
another
do microtransactions like other games do. You have to buy battle passes or special skins or whatever. Only if the game hits, though. Only if the game hits on the second go around. If they do decide to bring it back somehow,
It's because that was one of their big selling points, that
it wasn't gonna have.
It wasn't gonna have microtransactions. That's why it had that $40 price tag.
Yeah,
you're buying the game. That's it.
And then you unlock everything.
Mm-hmm.
Am I blurry with?
No, you're not blurry on my side.
There you go.
Okay, I guess it's just the rendering on the monitor. But that was one of the big things that they were touting. But at the same time, like I don't know if you can get away with launching a game like that anymore, because this isn't the only one that tried that. There was I forgot the name of it, but it was a Cliff Bleszinski game. It was like an epic game.
Lawbreakers, I think.
That was it. Yeah, Lawbreakers. That was also one where he was like, we're gonna do, was it $40, and it's like you got all this you got all these modes. It's not gonna be, or was it free? Because he was calling out Overwatch for costing money, and it's like it's only multiplayer. Yeah, and it was only multiplayer. But this one, he was like, "No, we're gonna go all out on it," and blah blah blah. But that one didn't make it, didn't survive long. And when you get right down to it, like if everyone else is doing this shit for free. And they're already doing it better, like there's already an established name in the game, right? Like even if we just stick to class-based shooters, Overwatch is still pretty big. It's not at its peak anymore, but like
there's still thousands of people playing it.
And that's still like the name that people think of. And if your game isn't doing anything better than Overwatch, and Overwatch is free now, like, well, then why?
Why would you?
Why would I pay money for yours? What are you giving me that Overwatch isn't giving me?
And then also Marvel, they're coming out with their team-based shooter at the end of the year in December.
Yeah, Rivals. I'm excited for that one.
And that one actually looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks fun. And they already said it's going to have all the characters unlocked and stuff. So they very much read the room with Concord and went, we better
switch it up.
Well, not just with Concord, because Overwatch has been fucking up too. Ever since they made the jump over to 2, you have to buy the battle pass to get the characters. Even if you never played Overwatch 1 and you decide now that it's free to play, I'm going to jump into Overwatch 2, you had access to like 3 heroes, like one of each class.
Ooh,
and that was it. I don't know. Well, since I played Overwatch 1, I could never like actually see what it was. But when I worked for Blizzard, I remember that was like a big complaint that I was getting from people. It was like, hey, I played Overwatch 1, but like all my heroes are locked. What the hell? Like they're supposed to be free. And I was like, I guess you played on a different account, bro, because this one doesn't have Overwatch 1. Like I see no purchases.
Yeah, that was... Go ahead, sorry.
No. But that was like, that's one of the things that Marvel Rivals is touting, where it's like, people don't like it when you have to force them to buy a character.
Yeah.
Let's just make them free.
Yeah. I think Apex did that too. When I started playing Apex, you didn't have to outright buy the characters. You could unlock them. You had to grind, but you could unlock them and not have to buy them, which I was really happy about. Even though it took me a long ass time because I'm a horrible FPS gamer.
I've only won like 3 games of Apex.
If you ever want to play, I am garbage. You can ask my friends that play with me online Warzone. I am trash. They're like, why do you even here? Why do you play? I was like, I just want to have fun, guys. I get lucky and I get like 2 kills.
To me, I think, doesn't doing that throw off the balance of the game, especially if the characters have different abilities?
It does, and that was like a big complaint from Overwatch players. Fun. Yeah. Because especially if you were a healer, like, because Overwatch had everything divided into, healer, tank, and, assault, DPS. So when Overwatch 2 came out, they're like, guess what? Healers got a new hero. And like healers would typically not get very many. And everyone wants to jump on this new hero and try it out, but it's like, well, you gotta pay.
Hey, you got a new hero. Sorry, you gotta pay money. Damn it.
Yeah. So if you're with Overwatch, that was a big problem where it's like we get a hero like every so often. We get a new character every so often. And a certain, style of hero is getting not as much love as the other ones, right? Like we got like 5 tanks and 3 assault people, and we still haven't gotten a new healer. And then we finally get one, and they made the switch over to we're like, now you gotta pay, bitch.
Yeah. And so yeah. Well, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with Concord, but as far as anyone...
Well, this is my lofty ambition for Concord. I don't think they'll be able to pull this off. Probably not. But they could try what Overwatch 2 failed at.
Which was?
Single player. Overwatch 2's big selling point was that it was going to have a single player mode.
Like a campaign mode?
Yeah, it's going to have a campaign mode.
I didn't know this. I love campaign modes.
Yeah.
Well, they canceled it.
They canceled it because they can't work on both. Like, well, I mean, Blizzard also laid off everyone, or Microsoft laid off everyone. So, like, a lot of the top people, it wasn't just that. Like, a lot of the top people that were working on the game, like people that had been with the Overwatch team from the beginning, because, fun fact, Overwatch wasn't going to be a shooter. It was going to be another MMO under Blizzard. Like it started development as a, another flavor of World of Warcraft, this time with guns.
Okay.
Well, okay. World of Warcraft already has guns. This time with like
guns, pandas,
sci-fi guns. But eventually, shit plans changed. That idea wasn't working, so Project Titan became Overwatch, which was just like the class-based shooter that we all know today.
Yeah.
People that were there from like Project Titan times that know the game or know the development in and out quit like during COVID. So all that knowledge went with them. So now it's like,
shit.
Now it's like all these, like, not necessarily rookies, but like all these newbies maybe to the game and to the development of Overwatch, trying to create a completely different mode that was never, even from the beginnings of the game, even from Project Titan, there was no single player campaign. It was an MMO. So how do you like coincide with that and still make, shit for the multiplayer, shit for like the main game?
I wonder what the campaign would have looked like too.
What
if
they
you
showed
look at
off
the
looked
original
really
trailer,
cool.
you can see glimpses of it.
Yeah, they were going to have like a skill tree where you can pick different abilities for your hero and stuff. It looked like if it actually got off the ground, it would have been really cool. But the what the new head of Overwatch said when they announced the cancellation was that they can't really do both. We can't create new content for multiplayer, right? Like for the actual main game, and develop this completely new out of the box mode at the same time. Like, we just don't have enough resources and enough people to do it. Well, Concord's not live no more. You ain't got to develop shit for it. There's no multiplayer. You can dedicate 100% of your time to putting some sort of campaign in it.
Yeah.
And I will say that's also another thing that Overwatch had going for it, is that in the lead up to it, they just had a bunch of cinematic trailers that showed off the lore, the storyline, and the characters. Because even though Overwatch is just an online multiplayer shooter, there is actually a story.
Yeah.
And the characters have their own battles, origin stories, you name it. And they were shown off in these well done cinematics. So I think that's something they had going for it. They were able to build up hype just from showing off these trailers before the actual launch of the game. Sony didn't do that, so they just dropped Concord, and they're kind of like, "Hey, you better fucking play it." And it's like there's no build up for it. There was no hype for it. I mean, even at the state of play, people were like, "What is this Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff?"
Yeah. Well, shit, even me with the PlayStation app, like, giving me a notification about the beta, I was like, I don't know what the fuck Concord is, dude. Like, what?
Yeah, like, why do I care?
And Marvel Rivals, well, I mean, you're playing as the superheroes you read books about, watch cartoons on, or watching movies. So they don't need to hype it up. It's already like, hey, you want to build a team where one guy's Iron Man and another guy's Spider Man? Well, here you go.
It's like that meme of Harry Potter. Hey kids, you want some magic? But instead it's, hey kids, you want Marvel heroes? Here you go. Or do you want Concord? Know what the fuck Concord is, sir? Hand over that Marvel crack.
Like the grape? Get the hell out of here.
Do I want grape juice?
Yeah, but it's unfortunate. I feel sorry for the development team and the studio, because for it, I mean, they put a lot of work into it. It's 8 years.
Clearly,
dog. They weren't just scratching their nuts during those 8 years. Believe me, I know.
It's gotta really suck too. Like, man, I put 8 years into this thing, man, and you're just gonna say after less than a week, and then just like, fuck it, bro, it didn't work. Oh, 2 weeks, okay. And then like, fuck it, bro, sorry, it didn't work out. They're giving everybody their money back.
I think
go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think that's the thing that shocked everybody. Like, even
that it
like
was,
that it was done so fast. It didn't even last a season before they pulled the plug on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's two ways of looking at it. It could be that like Sony was like, "Fuck, this bled money," and we got Astro coming out today anyway, so fuck it. Let's let's call it quits here, and let's see. Let's hope that little robot can lift can lift our sales to higher heights.
Yeah, they probably saw what was coming with Concord and said, "Fuck it, cut our losses now before we lose any more, or it gets even worse." And
the
Astrobot's
other
taking off. Just
the
let Astrobot ride.
Yeah, the other like thought process I had going through my head is that like we've been through enough of these like live service games that don't make it to where like whoever, I mean, this is probably giving them way too much credit, but like whoever was, in charge of pulling the trigger at Sony of like, taking the game offline, hopefully not killing the studio, just taking the game offline.
Yeah.
Was like, look, we could leave it up and running for a bit, but we're only going to be delaying the inevitable. We're not going to be able to keep this going. Let's just pull the plug on it for now, reassess, maybe let them come up with a new mode, come out, or just like, hey, work on all the content you were going to put out in like the 3 seasons or whatever that you had planned. Finish that up. Once that's done, we'll re-release it in a tweaked version, maybe a free version.
Yeah.
See if anything comes of that, like now that it's the complete game, quote unquote. But I don't know, like we still don't know if they are going to re-release it. Like
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably the smart thing to do. Be like, fuck it, we'll just shelve it for now. Keep working, like you said, keep working on it. Maybe somewhere down the line they'll be like, hey, check this out now. Maybe do better marketing with it, I guess.
That's definitely something that
do
like
some
that's
better marketing
lacking.
that'll really get people amped up for it. Maybe do some more testing, or like everybody else, hit up the
from what I heard, and this was only like the only like really negative review I heard was from Stephanie Sterling, which is fair, but like their review was just like, this is probably like the worst I've done in a shooting game. Like it just felt weird to them. But every other review I saw was that played it was like, I mean, it worked, right? Like, I mean, it's all right, right? But like, if I'm gonna play a shooter, I'll jump onto Call of Duty. Like, why am I playing it?
Yeah. I'll jump on Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG, if that's still a thing.
Yes,
but there's
PUBG is still
unfortunately
a thing.
There's better stuff out there.
They bought Hi-Fi Rush. They saved it.
Really?
Yes, it was them. The people that did PUBG. They're the ones that bought them. They're the ones that saved them.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay, well, good on them. I still think PUBG sucks, but good move.
They did something right.
I just never got into PUBG, man.
Neither did I.
I remember when I was working at Blizzard, everyone that was like sitting next to me in my cubicle range was like, boys, dudes. I don't know why they're all from New England. Tonight, PUBG. Who's in? Who's in, boys? And I was like, you guys are weird. I'm gonna play Overwatch with my friends.
No, I remember playing both. Like, because it was Fortnite and PUBG. They were the ones, like, competing. And I remember telling my friends, like, look, I'm not saying PUBG's shitty, but if I had to pick between PUBG and Fortnite, I'm gonna go with Fortnite. I thought that was the better game. And they're like, really? Yeah. Fortnite? That's like baby shit. It was fun!
Yeah. Fortnite is fun. I will give you that. Fortnite is fun.
PUBG's just, like, so super bland. Like... Like, you could show me a still image of fucking PUBG and I wouldn't be able to place it. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you what game it is.
It looks too generic, yeah. Like, it looks like any other, like, shooter, I guess. Because they all go for that realistic, like, aesthetic, right? Which, that's fine. But if you take a screenshot of all the first-person shooters and then just remove the HUD, you can't tell them apart.
I could probably tell. Like, I could
Probably
probably
could.
pick out a Call of Duty here or there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pick out.
I'm not saying that they're not like that. You're not right.
They're very
but
formulaic
like,
in ways. Yes.
Yeah. They definitely all share that, like, we have to make it look real sort of trait. But with PUBG, it just feels like I would probably guess like a cheap Steam game that's like an asset flip before I would guess PUBG. I'm like, oh, that's Life of Black Tiger, dog.
Be like, wrong. That's actually PUBG. No way.
Ew.
Brother, ew. Brother, ew.
Would you say that it's fair that a lot of games have been failing recently? Because you have like Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. That was also a live service that didn't do good. And Star Wars Outlaws, while not a flop, reviews have been mixed for it from what I've seen.
I think it's the expectations that get put out for the games. I feel like they just kind of embellished them a little bit. Like Suicide Squad, I didn't play, but I didn't really want to play Suicide Squad, to be totally honest. Star Wars, the Star Wars one, I feel like Star Wars just didn't meet the expectations that they set forth from it. And also, unfortunately, the hate from the Acolyte also kind of spread. There's certain creators or reviews that I read, some of it bled into Star Wars Outlaws a little bit. And also it looks kind of good from what I've seen. I know there have been some funny ones where they're like, going down here, going down there, and then all of a sudden they fall through the map, but for the most part it looks kind of cool. It looks like Star Wars. Yeah. It's trying to immerse you in that Star Wars world, which I think is cool. Some of the mechanics that I saw was like, that's kind of dumb, but again, it's Star Wars, and some of these reviewers or some of these reviews, sometimes it's like, oh, I can't believe that just one shot. Really? I was like, bro, have you watched the movies? Like, yes, it just sometimes takes one shot. It's fucking Star Wars.
It's just that stormtroopers have shitty aim.
Like, I'm not expecting Republic Commandos here. I'm not expecting fucking Ghost of Tsushima, just Star Wars, Ghost of 3PO or some shit. Like, I'm not expecting that. It's a Star Wars game. It's not, I guess, because people want like Old Republic and some of these other games that did so well and they looked so good and they were a lot of fun. And then this is what we got. And it's not the best, but it's also not the worst either. You know what I mean? It's not the worst, but I can see your complaints. A lot of your complaints are valid. It's like, oh yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. But overall, it's like, I mean, it still looks like Star Wars. It still is kind of like Star Wars. Not everything is refined, but I mean, I'm sure they can work on that. I'm sure they can learn from this and make it better or make something even better. Or, I mean, like, I think aren't they supposed to keep doing more with Outlaws? I like the concept of what they were trying to do because it's not trying to be Jedi. No, excuse me. It's not trying to be, it's not focusing on Jedi. It's focusing on the larger Star Wars universe, which is what I really like. And I think people just want what they're comfortable with, or, like, I want that nostalgic feeling. Whereas, like, I understand that, but I kind of like what they're doing, giving me more and different Star Wars material, Star Wars content. Give me different planets. Give me different characters. I kind of wish they would do Dr. Aphra as a character. Her comics are really good. I really enjoy her comic runs. But yeah, I think it's just some of these studios, the expectations that they put out or the expectations some of the players have are just, I'm sorry, just kind of unrealistic in a way. It's not, or they have this expectation and then it doesn't meet it. And it's like, oh, sorry, we like with certain, kind of like with movies, like, oh man, it was supposed to be this. And it just turned out being like mediocre.
Yeah. That, to add to your expectations point, especially in the case of Suicide Squad, I think it's not necessarily the players' fault for some of the expectations they had.
Yeah.
Because when it was announced, it was like Rocksteady, the studio that brought you Arkham Asylum and Arkham City and Arkham Knight, single player games. Story like linear first person or not first person, but single player games are making a Suicide Squad game. So like I wasn't expecting it to be a fucking multiplayer hero shooter when they announced it. It was like Rocksteady doesn't make those. They make single player story games. So when gameplay started coming out, I was like, "Oh man, I think I'm out. Like I think I'm not buying this anymore." I went from like this is a day one purchase to like I'm out.
Yeah.
I am fucking out. In terms of Star Wars, yeah, I don't think a lot of those like expectations are because of Ubisoft. But I do think there is a degree of like oversaturation with Star Wars right now.
That's a fair point.
It's like to your point where like some of the hate from the Acolyte spilled over. It's like, well, yeah, but if it wasn't the Acolyte, it would have been Hate from Visions season 2 or like hate from.
I only say that because I can't remember the name, but I did see a video where the first thing they said was like, "Oh," and I don't know if it was a joke or not, because I swear I can't tell with some people these days if they're just like being satire or joke. So I just took it with a grain of salt. But one of the first things they said is like, "Oh, another female main character who's not white." I was like, "Wait, what? That's your complaint? That's it? Like that's the complaint?" Because that was all that I saw. I was like, because it was just like a piece of a video. I was like, "Is that it?" And I didn't even go look for the video, so that's why I was like, I took it with a grain of salt. Like it's like he's probably just satire. Like there's probably other issues with the game, but maybe it was clickbaity in a way. Like if I say this, somebody will click on it and they'll watch my review.
Or maybe Russia's giving him money.
Maybe, who knows? But
that's right. I can be topical.
But yeah, like as soon as I see anything that like that with any kind of review, even if it's being satire or trying to be funny, I just immediately turn it off. Like I ain't got time for that, bro. Tell me why you really hate the game. Like, is it shitty graphics, especially with this day and age where we now have all this technology, all this AAA games and stuff that even like platformers on like Xbox Game Pass look fucking amazing. Tell me why. The real reason is it gameplay? Is it mechanics? Is it this? Is it that? Like, don't tell me that other BS that you're trying to pull on me right now. It'll clickbait bullshit.
Real quick on the point of like graphics, I'm playing Far Cry 5 for the first time.
Oh, really? I love that game.
It's an older game, but it still looks fucking great.
Yep.
But if I can pass along one note to developers, no more first-person platforming, please. Like,
yeah.
I need to be able to see my feet to know if I'm going to be able to
make the jump.
I've fallen off a lot of cliffs in that game.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna jump from one zip line to the next one, and I was like, "Oh, there's a tree in between. I better," or like, "There's no tree in between," so I had to like jump for it. I fell, and I was like, "It's a zip line," so I was at a steep angle.
Yeah.
So I just rolled my ass down. I couldn't revive until
I would say
it was like fucking hot rod. Just.
I would say if they are gonna have first person platforming, they need to do it like Destiny, where you have like rocket boots like on your feet, kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog, so that when you jump, you can activate the little boots and you'll like slow down your fall, so you can actually aim.
Yeah.
But
you know, it's another one that I haven't really heard much about. I don't know if it's really doing good or not. Is the First Descendant?
The First Descendant.
Yeah, First Descendant. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's like an MMO, I guess. You're playing like different descendants, and you go around. I downloaded it and I played it the first day. It was a lot of fun, but also like I have crap internet because I live in the border, so my internet's not the best. So mine was just super slow, and I'm guessing it was just because there's a lot of people online at first. But I haven't heard much about it.
It's a looter shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the Square Enix one?
I think so.
Or am I confusing it for a different game?
No, it's
not Square Enix.
It's
not
Square
Enix.
Oh, it's not Square. Okay.
Oh, it's a Korean game. Yeah. That explains why.
Oh, okay. So that I mean, the reviews are they're not terrible.
I have to age verify myself on Steam. No one look. I don't want anyone to know how old I am.
The reviews
I was
are
born in
pretty
71.
like a mid game. Like it's most reviews are either a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10.
Oh no, yeah, I was just trying to see if I could find the page on Steam that tells me like how many people are playing it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. It's coming back to me now. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, because I remember I looked at this one up because this one it's kind of like Warframe.
Yeah. It's the best thing.
And so that's a lot. That's some big shoes to fill, and it seems that like the biggest complaints that I saw with this one was that the story's not good, and that it's very, very like grind heavy because it's free, so it's so annoying to unlock the other characters.
Yeah.
There's 25,000 people playing it like right now. Like as I say this.
Is that a decent number? I feel like that's a decent number.
For this type of game, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's like their first game, like
I tried playing Warframe. I didn't understand it.
Also, I downloaded it and never played it.
I tried to play it. I did play it for a little bit. I downloaded it because somebody had told me it's like Space Ninjas or Space Cyber Ninjas. I was like, that sounds pretty fucking awesome. But I didn't have anybody to play with. I didn't look up any videos. I just said, fuck it. It's free. I'm going to download it. I'm going to go play it. And I was just going around to different places, just killing random things. And then sometimes other people would show up and start killing things with me, and they were much better at it, and I would get nothing. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of forgot about it at all. I didn't take the time to sit there and learn like how to build weapons, because you could build these cool weapons with all these different materials and do all this cool stuff. And I just didn't even take the time to. But that's my own fault. And I've kind of done the same thing with First Descendant. I just kind of wrote it off, to be totally honest. I'm a pretty basic person. I just went back to Warzone. I'm pretty basic.
Well, maybe if they, with some updates, this game could like come back. Could bounce a bit back from the complaints people had. But I mean, hey, if there's people playing it, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, and it has crossplay now, so like.
Yeah, I'm seeing that you can play it on the PS5, PS4. I'm guessing it's also on PC.
Yeah, it's on Steam. I mean, it's free to play, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could be with shit.
So PS5 Pro.
Right.
What's your prediction?
We could jump back to that. Man, as far as prediction goes, man, I don't know. I feel like consoles nowadays already have so many bells and whistles that it's kind of hard to predict, like, well, what can it do, you know?
Can you fuck it?
That's coming soon. I'm telling you, that's the next.
So am I with any luck.
That's the next logical step. What does the new PS5 Pro come with? A fleshlight of your choice.
I'm gonna spend extra for the Lara Croft edition.
This one's got the triangular boobs. I was when the announcement got made, I decided to go look it up a little bit because I was like, oh, I didn't know they were doing a PS5 Pro. I thought they were going to go straight to the 6. But from what I've read and from what I've seen from several different sites, is the GPU and the CPU are getting updated.
Yeah, that's usually the way they do it.
It's going to have like a slightly different design. I think it's just going to be like 3 lines across the front of the box. I was like, well, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
if you're gonna go with the Pro, design it a little bit different. Give it a body kit. Give it a wide stance.
Well, this one already has a body kit. You can replace the faceplate and shit.
Swap out, yeah.
Put some wheels on it. But also the price point. I think I read some people were saying $650 or $650 for the digital version, and then $600 for the digital version, and then $700 for the physical media version.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know that's a lot. That's a lot. But also, it's supposed to be able to support 8K.
What that's only
another
paid what?
one. But again, these are just the rumors that I read.
Tomorrow, I'm trying to remember. More. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I paid for my PS5. So I bought it
full price
during the great shortage, right? But I don't remember paying $700, bro.
Those are just the rumors that I've read. That it's supposed to, that's the price range. And the GPU, CPU getting updated, and I think it's supposed to I forgot, man. I should have saved the article, but I forgot what they said it's supposed to rival. I guess it's supposed to rival the RTX or what's the card the PCers use, the PC Master Race uses.
NVIDIA.
I think so, yeah. But
the 2040 or the 40.
Yeah,
4010
like
or something like that. Yeah.
And then of course it's supposed to be support 8K.
Okay.
Like, fuck, not gonna go buy another goddamn TV.
I just got a 4K.
Yeah, like I just got a 4K. Like shit, I'm gonna go buy another one now. I'm gonna go buy another fucking 8K TV. I will spend the money if I had it.
I think the big thing that people are gonna take away from it, like, yeah, the fact that it can run 8K is cool as shit. I like that it has, the NVIDIA 5040 or whatever the fuck, 4080.
Again, rumors. I don't know. I didn't really. There was a lot of numbers and letters. I was like, that looks like a math equation. Not gonna read that. That looks like algebra.
I think the biggest feature that they could add to the PS5 Pro that does not come box standard with the PS5
fleshlight
is just make that bitch smaller, man.
Make it more compact.
Let me be able to fit it on a shelf, dog. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that PS5 is pretty huge, man. Yeah,
pretty hefty boy.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point where, like, at least with these ones that, like I mentioned earlier, it's just kind of hard to predict, like, well, what can it do that isn't the standard, Oh, it's gonna have better graphics, a better processor, which is the norm, that's to be expected,
especially if you're paying $650 or $700.
Yeah, and I'm for sure it's also gonna have like improved virtual reality limitations as well. They're gonna,
and there's still a chance that like they're not announcing the PS5 Pro and they're just gonna talk about a new VR headset because like no one's buying that. True. I don't think the PSVR 2 is doing so well, so they might just be updating that to like.
I forgot that shit existed. I forgot that shit existed.
I think it's selling like decent enough, but like when it comes to VR headsets, people that already have like the first PSVR are like, I'm not gonna upgrade yet.
Yeah.
Considering what you get with the PSVR 2. And the other people that are more hardcore into it are like, nah, I'll buy one for my PC. Why do I want a PSVR?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just Yeah, no, I think we're just gonna have to wait and see with this one.
See what they say tomorrow.
What they say, yeah, because
see how dumb we look, and it turns out.
Right.
Yeah, that they're not even gonna talk about the PS5 Pro. It's just gonna be.
They're gonna talk about Astrobot.
Yeah.
We've designed an actual Astrobot that you can take home, and
that's what I was about to say. I was like, "What? You got me an actual?" I'm spending the fucking money. Give me an Astrobot.
He'll wash dishes. He'll dress up like Nathan Drake for you.
he also has a built-in flashlight. Come here, Astrobot.
It's like Cartman Asimo. Were you programmed for pleasure, Asimo?
Yes. Oh God, I'm a horrible person. Astrobot hasn't even been out today, and already Rule 34. Fucking man. No.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Astrobot has more Rule 34 than Concord did.
It probably
I'm sure it does. I'm sure you're 100% right there. Yeah.
But for what it's worth, though, I have played a little bit of Astrobot. I did buy it. Yeah, it's fun. Early, if I wouldn't call this a review, just early first impressions. It's fun. It's very much. They took a look at like, hey, what's Nintendo doing? Hey, those are kind of cool. Yeah. We should do that, and then they did.
Yeah, and hey, Nintendo's got good ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the platforming's fun. And it's
not in first person.
Yeah, it's not in first person.
Yeah, you can actually platform.
What is it? The PS5 has that Astro's Playroom like built into it.
Yeah.
So it's more of a tech demo than a game, really. But like, I mean, it's still something to play. It's still something out of the box that you can play, and a lot of the little neat things that you could do with the controller in Astro's Playroom, they brought a lot of that to Astrobot. So when you walk through the grass, you feel the blades of the grass on the vibration of the controller. Oh. When you go into the water, you feel like the splash of the water and stuff like that. So the controller does vibrate differently depending on the ground that you are walking on. Likewise, you can use the gyro controller to move around and steer.
The triggers are like they get stiffer depending on what it is.
Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff that was marketed with the console when it was coming out, but not a lot of games like take advantage of the adaptive triggers. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff like that. It's in this one, so even from like a tech standpoint, it's impressive. Even if you're like, oh, it's platforming, I don't give a fuck about platforming. Platforming's basic as fuck. It's like
platforming's still fun though.
You are basic as fuck. But no, yeah, it's a fun game.
So speaking of first impressions, I played the Black Ops 6 beta. And just a quick review. Fuck Omni movement. God damn it.
Damn, that didn't take long. I remember you were excited for that shit.
I was until I kept getting back shots. My character kept getting back shots. Unwarranted, unwanted. It's I just got to play the multiplayer beta because it was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's fun. The Omni move is pretty cool. I was able to do a little bit of it myself. I didn't get any fucking cool kills like everybody else did. You know, people are fucking doing backflips in midair and killing 4 people at the same time. But it's Call of Duty. And that's really all you can say, because a lot of it is going to be the same as what you've had for the last 10, 20 years. It's the same. I didn't see anything else as far as like zombies. It's zombie mode. The round based zombies is back. The campaign, I didn't see anything from that either. I enjoy the Call of Duty campaigns more than I enjoy the multiplayer in Warzone, just because I am a horrible player. I am just a casual. I don't dive deep. I don't whenever there's a new meta weapon that comes out, I just watch a TikTok video on how to build that bitch. And then I get my 2 kills per match or 2 kills per every 7 matches. I will say that because it's Black Ops, the way they differentiate themselves from like Modern Warfare is you got a tomahawk. instead of a knife, instead of a throw, you get a tomahawk, and that's like the most fun part to me. But it's not called a tomahawk; it's called a combat axe. I'm like, don't, it ain't broken, don't fix it, okay? Like, don't call it a goddamn tomahawk. That's what everybody.
That's cultural appropriation right there.
Damn it!
You give that thing its proper name. It's tomahawk.
Tomahawk, man, it's a tomahawk. But if you're not a hardcore, but if you really enjoy Black Ops and Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, you're really going to enjoy this. The Omni movement might take for somebody like me who's just casual, might take a little bit of getting used to. Because even when I played with, or Daniel was telling me that he played it, he's like, dude, I completely forgot about Omni movement. I was just moving around like normal. You know, when I did remember, like for me, when I did remember about, because I was the same way. When I did remember the Omni movement, it's because somebody fucking nosedived off a cliff and shot me. You know, I was like, oh yeah, we can do that shit. I forgot all about that. But
has anyone used Omni movement to kill you with a tomahawk yet? Like,
no, nobody killed me like Omni movement.
No one's doing fucking cartwheels and tomahawk.
No, but need to do that. Gonna have to try that when the game comes out, because I'm still gonna buy it as soon as it comes out. I know myself. I'm gonna hand them over my $100. God, it got more expensive. I hate that now the game is $100, but I don't get the cool night vision goggles, or I don't get the cool RC car that came with it with the old ones. They need to start adding that stuff back in there. I want the actual tomahawk now, like they did with Assassin's Creed. That's still the coolest tomahawk in gaming. Is the Assassin's Creed 3 tomahawk?
3,
yeah. I still want that fucking tomahawk. Somebody out there, let me know.
I was never into Call of Duty, but like, I'd always had a thing for like spy gear and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I would buy like the spy gear toys that were like, oh, look at this fancy watch that has a magnifying glass. But when they announced that collector's edition of Modern Warfare 2 that came with the night vision, I was like, God, I fucking want this.
Our cousin Rob got it.
Shit.
Our cousin Rob has it. When it came out, he's got the night vision goggles and the RC car. I think the only one he didn't get was, I think one of them came with the drone.
Yeah,
I know there's one that came with like a GoPro camera.
Yeah, one of them did come with the GoPro camera. I've always enjoyed the Call of Duty campaign modes. Even though they're semi-short compared to other ones, I still enjoy them. I'll go back and replay them like 2 times, maybe 3 times, just to try to get all the extra stuff, you know, that I tried to go and find the first time and I couldn't find it. And I just broke down and went to IGN and did the walkthrough to get all the extra stuff. I feel like the weapon system, or the gunsmithing your weapons, is a little bit easier in this version than it is in the last one. I think I like it. I like it more than the previous one. I feel like it's a little bit easier, but that's just my take. But yeah, if you're gonna buy it, fucking go for it. You know, you might see me on there, you know, with a fucking 0.007 kill death ratio. Why is it like that? It's like I got a lot of assists. Taking my kills. But yeah, hopefully people enjoy it. You know, it's gonna be just another great season in November with Call of Duty Black Ops, with the conspiracy theory stories. Ooh.
And on that note, we will wrap things up here. So let us know in the comments what you think they're going to show off tomorrow at the PlayStation technical demonstration. And let us know what y'all thought about Concord.
how awesome it was.
Oh yeah, did you play it? If you played it, please let us know in the comments. Like, we want to hear from you.
Did you even know it existed?
Unlike me.
But yeah, just let us know, and we will read your comment on the next episode. And as always, y'all are the true alphas. So until next time, we'll see you all again.
Adios, everybody.
Peace.